narcissist on mute. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving in silent.
What is going on? What is going on, tribe? Shout out to the Wolfpack. Wolfpack, cool. Listen, I got another one for y'all. This young lady's talking that spiritual chick mumbo jumbo, and I keep telling y'all about this right here, man. Like, when they start talking on the spiritual stuff, and I mean, it just sounds like Modern Woman 2.0. It's too much talking for me. It's, to me, if she has to talk you into whatever ideology she has going on, excuse me, then I don't think it's really worth anything. And, you know, to me, it also seems like, look, overall, men are taking their power back. So the mental manipulation, no matter how much the powers that be push it out through social media and media, we're taking our power back. They're going to have to hold this L, and it doesn't seem like the modern woman wants to hold this L. She wants to chameleon into this new spiritual journey thing, and they want to be for it movement into this, you know, we don't need men and we don't want them either. Women are always going to want a man. They're always going to want to have that beehive type of group think. So they're going to always need someone, you know what I mean? Not to mention, if they get pregnant, then they actually need someone to help them along that process while they're pregnant. So, I mean, it don't make any sense, but it really doesn't matter because we're all going overseas. We got stuff to do, man. We're building with more money, you know what I'm saying? You have more options. You know, you have a broader spectrum to choose from. There's more women available to you. And you don't have to, you know, just deal with the women that's right down the road, or the woman that believes that she's some social media influencer, but nobody knows her outside of her, you know, little community that she's built. And it doesn't do you any good to be with a woman that's a social media influencer. She has all the options in the world, and she has the least value out of most women that go in and work a hard job. See, when they work and they're working a hard job, they know what it means to work. They know what it means to have a man that provides and works for them. If they're sitting on their butt making money because they're pretty and whatever they're babbling about, then they're going to believe their value comes from sitting on their butt and being pretty. Look, it ain't worth it. But we're going to get into this video really quickly, and then we'll discuss it. But I really want to talk more so just about like how this modern new spiritual chick is taking over, and you're having celebrities speak like this. You know that women, you know that Erykah Badu spoke like this when she was talking to Andre. Like, you just know the mental manipulation was heavy with her, you know. And now this spiritual woman talk is spewed over in the mainstream. And see, it's bad enough dealing with a narcissistic woman, but when they're spiritual and they're really trying to tap into the spiritual side of things, if you're not a man that's tapped in the source, you can get caught up in these women. I'm telling you, man, because to a regular guy, it sounds really good. But to a spiritual dude, you're like, whoa, these women are more to be, you know what I'm saying, steered away from than, like I said, the average modern woman who is just going to possibly church every now and again, kind of spiritual. These women are the kind of women that put menstrual in your spaghetti, charging crystals in the moonlight, having altars, doing all kind of stuff. You know, will say weird things like, you know, she should never shave down there. The pheromones of her armpits should turn you on and not, you know, be funky to you, and all kind of crazy. I'm telling you, y'all, listen, let's just get into it. I ain't even gonna hold y'all like that. You know, I'm gonna let you make your minds up on your own. Let me turn this down a little bit though. That's what we're gonna do. Pull that down, so. And then, all right. Come on, sweetheart. There we go.
To understand how to respect masculine energy.
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband, whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner, because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine is flow, right? Feminine energy. When we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them, I think a beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit, this is too hard. And that's like, it's never gonna hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it's to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where marriage starts. When you get married, you say, I do, it starts. Whereas other people, it's like when you get married, I made it. No, you didn't make it, you hate that man. You hate that woman. Y'all can't stand each other. You don't care enough to not disrespect each other or call each other out of your own name. You don't care enough to not want to sleep on opposite sides of the bed when there's a problem. You don't care enough to have the hard conversation so that you can move together more powerfully. That's just to have a husband. But when you want to be a wife, things are different, in my opinion.
That's very true.
All right, so listen, we're gonna go ahead and break it down. She said a lot, and a lot. There's always a lot of truth mixed in with jaded opinion, or not so clean opinions. Because I just, this new spiritual movement and women believing that they can teach men how to be men is beyond me, man. Beyond me. While in the same breath on the other side of the neck saying, how can you tell a woman how to be a wife? You can tell women are thinking, it's just getting out of control and out of hand. But let's go ahead and break it down piece by piece. I let it play through all the way through, you guys, so I am paying attention to the comments. You guys go ahead and smash that like button. Make sure you're sharing the video and leaving a comment. Right now I'm somewhat shadow banned. Your boy's been talking too real, probably just cussing too much, but listen, I'm doing better, but until then, I'm shadow banned. Every live stream I drop, they put the limited ad or whatever. So, I'm like, I just dropped it. How you already gonna flag it? So let's just, smash a like. You guys know what to do to get me up out of shadow banning. You've done it multiple times. Let's go.
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband. Whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner.
Well, first of all, it's not masculine energy. It's a masculine man. And when I keep telling you guys about this, when they take it out of the physical being of a man and make it into energies, they've already told you that a woman can operate in masculine energy. So when she's saying respect the masculine energy, she could be talking about a woman that's with another woman that's operating according to them in their masculine energy. There's too much wordplay and double meanings to the stuff that they speak of. This is how you know it's the devil's work. There's no clear understanding of nothing. Everything is fluently anything, and anything can mean anything. And this is the mind of a lost female without guidance. It is a trap, a mental trap for her and anyone that listens to her. I'm telling you, you can't make heads or tails of any of it. Look, y'all. I'm doing the best I can until I leave here to get a good understanding of these women and how they move. But this is just beyond me, man. With this new thing that got going on with trying to take the power from a man being the first vessel God made and being a leader and just making him into an energy that women can possess as well. It's weird. While still wanting a man to lead, while he can't really tell her nothing.
Because feminine chooses certainty. Feminine doesn't choose flow, because feminine.
Understand what they're doing too. See, by them making it in the energy, and they're if you notice what they'll do, they'll take all the good qualities of any person and make that the feminine energy, and all the negative qualities about any person and make that masculine. So now women have no accountability. Brothers, even some of the smart ladies out there as part of the tribe. Do you see how there's no accountability? They're saying, listen to how they speak. This is why it's annoying to you when you hear it, because it's a bunch of wordplay, right? They're talking about, oh, feminine energy, that's smooth and silky, and powerful, while bringing everything to it, while also being the smartest in the room and being able to observe everything, and being able to predict things, while also getting fooled by a Pookie, a Ray Ray, a Brady, or a Brad. They want to have it both ways. And then whenever they do something stupid, they'll say, oh, I was my masculine energy. Of course I did something stupid. Because everything masculine is, ignorant, doing things off impulse without thinking. It's all, you have to really understand what's being done here. They're emasculating the gender of men, by making everything bad masculine, through not saying, man, they're saying masculine, and everything good. It's still misandry. It's disguised. This is why all these readers and stuff, they're really talking junk about a man or men and disguising it as masculine energy. They never speak. This is how you know that it's a disguise. They never speak nothing good about masculine energy. It sounds, vaguely familiar to the first generation of modern women that talk bad about how men have nothing good going on about them, and they need women for everything to balance them out, even when men aren't even asking for them to be around. Again, this is them. The feminine energy needs to balance out the masculine energy. Like they're saying that they're needed without having a purpose or serving a purpose to you directly. Just them being a woman, which the woman is always represented as feminine energy. They're only representing it as masculine energy when they're doing something wrong, and then they're able to, get out of all accountability and responsibility. Well, I was operating in my masculine energy, so I wasn't being myself. As a woman, I should have been in my family. Listen, man, it's so much mental trap going on. It's just not worth it, brothers. It's not worth it. I can't believe this stuff, man.
And is flow, right? Feminine energy. When we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them. I think
no, don't let her slide slickly through that. Why do women think it's your job to seek out what a man needs without asking him? What is that? So you don't want to have communication with your man? You want to just be able to predict or assume what you believe to be intuition? No, y'all can't even stop getting fooled by a Pookie and a Ray Ray that was raised by a single mother. He was around a bunch of broken women, so of course he knows how to break women and navigate broken women, right? So how are you able to give a man all this great insight without asking or talking to him, and you can't even give yourself the insight enough not to be fooled by a Brady, Brad, Pookie, or Ray Ray bum ass dude that knows how to say and work his way into your bedroom by playing and pulling on those emotional strings that were caused from some kind of traumatic childhood that you let develop into a traumatic adulthood with a childlike mindset. And you find everything about a strong man disgusting. So you have to find a way to not having a strong male figure in these women's lives makes it to where when there's a strong male around, it bothers them. It makes them want to conquer, destroy you with words, wordplay, and social media and gang stalking and social pressures and stuff of that nature, man. It's very weak type of person's way of trying to destroy you without ever really doing anything physical or whatever. And again, that's why I say a woman that talks too much is never a person, period, that talks too much is not trying to be a leader or leading people of some direction. Is just too much for me. But I'm gonna put this out one more time. As a man, we don't need for you to try to figure out what we need without asking. Ask us. Fool will give you an answer. Messy work.
A beautiful opportunity for us to empower that man and ride through the storms. I feel like we live in a weak generation.
Yeah, to include you. You don't empower a man through trying to predict what you think he may need without asking him. That's called manipulating a man and emasculating him. See, they're completely in a whole nother realm with what they believe to be helping and fixing, and they really think what they're doing is doing something for you, and they're doing nothing. They're emasculating you more. A man should be given the space, and space should be there because he's gonna create the space anyway. But you need to understand that you need to be in your space and leave the space available for a man to organize, come up with, create whatever kind of game plan there is. You don't need to be whispering sweet nothings in his ear to persuade him on what your goofy mind thinks is the right direction for the relationship. Had you been the person to be the leader, you would be the person, you know what I'm saying, being the leader instead of being the one whispering in his ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, take a bite out of this fruit. Come on now, hey, look, this fruit looks juicy. Come on. Yeah, Eve did the same thing. Adam listening to her guidance or whatever. Look where it got us. Shut that up, man. Y'all be crazy on some stuff thinking that you got all this intuition, and where's it led you? A bunch of debt, a bunch of materialistic stuff that don't mean nothing, a bunch of bodies racked up to where you can't even get yourself a good man and pair bond with them if you want to. A couple pookie baby daddies. Where's it gotten you? Nowhere. And you don't understand how to take your place in your role and just sit back, let a man be a leader. You're so egotistical. You have to, but women need a role too. But you got the role I give you in my life. You'll have the role I give you. And nothing else. I don't understand why y'all want to create space through all this, babbling. It's all that it is you trying to create space in men's minds that you're supposed to sit there, do nothing but give him intuition and make him a better man. That's not how it works. Your role is whatever he decides it is, and you should be doing the best, job at that, and that's it. Anything else you're doing is too much. It's you trying to create space for yourself to make yourself feel like in some kind of way you're still running something. And that's your ego. Because you can't say that you're supposed to be led by a man while you're trying to whisper stuff into his ear and lead the whole situation. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. This is very strange to me. Very strange to me how y'all are moving. I can't seem to get an understanding of it. Let's get this back going again.
Where things get hard and people immediately are like, oh, I quit, this is too hard. And that's like, it's never going to hinder you the result you want. If you keep quitting, it's to be groomed as a wife means it's compassion, it's longevity. That's where.
And brothers, don't sit there and act like I'm the only one. This woman talking too much and looking all over the place to find these words, and don't act like that's not too much for you too. Don't act like she's doing too much. It's just too much, man. And if they want to call that intimidation or what, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You can call it rainbows and lollipops for all we. What? Your job is to wordplay your way through life, with doing barely anything, with doing the minimum. A man normally has to work hard and then figure out how to come up with some words to express to people and get his point across after putting in the hard work. It's your job to put in a bunch of words to do the least amount of work as possible. We have two different ways of life. When a man hears a bunch of, that's where we came with the term used car salesman and lawyer. When you're talking too much and talking too fast, where it's like, it shouldn't have to be like that for a woman to get her point across. It's whatever, man. Let's keep it going. We got to wrap this up.
Marriage starts. When you get married, you say, I do, it starts. Whereas other people, it's like when you get married, I made it. No, you didn't make it. You hate that man. You hate that woman. Y'all can't stand each other. You don't care enough to not disrespect each other or call each other out of your own name. You don't care enough to not want to sleep on opposite sides of the bed when there's a problem. You don't care enough to have the hard conversation so that you can move.
That's BS. That's a bunch of projection. That's women, right? Like a man's not going to marry you just to do all that stupid stuff. He wouldn't get married to you in the first place. It don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Dudes at the end of the night are trying to get some of the warm coochie that's laying next to him. So why wouldn't he want to why do you want to lay on the edge of the bed? This is woman projection. And then they make it seem like we do the same thing. No, we don't. They want to get with you to mentally play with you after they get with you, and that makes them feel strong, to conquer a strong man. But if you don't allow them to conquer you, they ain't got nothing. And that's just what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Don't say listen to this BS anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You guys smash that like button. The bottom line is this, you know, the new spiritual 2.0 is the same as the 1.0. It's just the Jezebel, which is the OG, okay? Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm your brother, and I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.